Hello.
2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes, and we are moving into YouTube also.
हाँ सर, मेरे और कोई फ्रेंड्स है वो ज्वाइन ही नहीं हो रहे मीटिंग में. हेलो.
Okay. Papa, able to see this one?
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Give me 2 minutes. Okay, all of you able to see me, and all of you able to hear my voice also, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yeah. See, this session is exclusively for pharmacy and this session is exclusively for pharmacy and life sciences students who wants to enter into corporate. So that is the situation for at present this webinar. And going back, today is like Sri Ram Navami, and when you see this one, it is a small nice message. It is a very good message. Can you mute yourself? Can you please mute yourself? Because okay, I'm going to log this meeting also. We have 100 people here, and I want to log this meeting. And okay, a person gives hope to another who requests for money or other material things, or one who had a helper that person in the past, having given them the hope in that person disappoints them by not keeping his promise, then he is the worst kind of person in this world. Because Rama tell this message to Lakshmana, whatever we are committed, we need to commit. That's the only very good message, particularly for in this auspicious day, Sri Rama Navami. Okay, going my next one is, see, mute your audio first. Better results, please raise your hands. Better to have headphones, better actually. Raise your hand option if you have any questions. I don't need to turn off your video. Can you please stop your videos? Okay. Enter questions in a chat window. Whatever the questions you have it, you can ask in a chat window. These are all a thumb rule for this. And generally, this is the agenda. Entry for room is starts by 2:45. Now it is already 3 o'clock, 3:10. Session starts by 3 p.m. to 4:30. It's 1.5 hour session. Then question and answer session is half an hour. And we need to conclude this by 5 o'clock. Okay, we are going to send a feedback for this session. Can you please fill it and send it back to us? Now, see here, my approach is very simple. Another meaning of real happiness is quality education. Success and excuses do not talk together. Success and excuse. If you want excuses, forget about success. If you want a success, don't give any excuses. Education is the best friend. An educated person is respected everywhere. Education beats the beauty and the youth. Triangle of success here. When you see this one, people call it as ask. A for attitude, S for skills, A for knowledge. Ask. See, in your college, they are going to teach like basics, theories, information, facts, figures, description, all these things they are going to teach at our college. But certain skills you need to develop by your own. For example, self-motivation, self-confidence, integrity, honesty, optimism, enthusiasm, cooperation. Most important is commitment. Something we are going to help, like goal setting, time management, reasoning, communication, everything. So this is the basic triangle of success. So probably you're all familiar with this word. Triangle of success is the very important for any professional graduate, any professional. See, in 1998, this is the fact, 1998, 170,000 employees worked at Kodak. They sold 85% of world's photo paper. In few years, digital photography drove them out of the market. Kodak went to bankruptcy. All his employees lost their jobs. We have to change our thoughts over the time. Otherwise, you are going to file bankruptcy. You are going to lose your job. This is the fact. 1998, say HMT, Bajaj Chetak, scooters, Dianora, Murphy, radio, Nokia telephones, Rajdoot, Ambassador. What about this? The best products, best quality products, now all are in museums. Why? Friends, all of this not lacking of quality, yet they are far from the market. The reason is they have not changed over the time. Change is required and upgrade our skills according to market demand. That's what clear I'm telling you as a pharmacy or life sciences graduate. Upgrade your skills according to market demand. If you are not upgrading your skills, go to the back slide. You can see, even though you have extraordinary skills, extraordinary intelligent, but you are out of the race. So make sure that change is required. Okay. Now, you know that next 10 years, the world will change completely. 70 to 90% of industries running today will close. 10 years, not even 10 years, so 7, 8 years back, every shop, there is a PCO, public call office is there. Do you find public call offices now? No, they're out. See, that's the same reason here. You need to change and you need to forecast the future. Oh, what type of industries are there? What type of skills is required? Where I am going to get the opportunities? All these things is required to get a opportunities. See, welcome to the fourth industrial or data revolution. See, nowadays we are working with the data. Well, if you are in a pharmaceutical companies, you are working with the patient profiles, patient information. Same person, if you are going to a financial company, you are working with customer profiles, customer information. All the situations we are working with the data. So that is the data revolution. Grab it. As a pharmacy student, you have so many opportunities. But one thing is, traditional approach business is different. Traditional jobs is different. My topic is here itself is like alternative careers, alternative career opportunities for pharmacy and life sciences students. How you want to get, what is the alternative opportunity? First, we need to think about traditional. Then we are going with the alternative. Okay. Now, the world is changing so fast. Keep your eyes and ears open. Otherwise, you will fall behind. Be prepared for change over the time. Over the time, just like us. Therefore, a person must change his business and his temperament over the time. Time to time upgrade and upgrade. Move over the time and achieve the success. Because a lot of times I saw the messages, oh, I want to get a job. I want to get a latest technology. Certain questions are there. The people are asking those type of things. Okay, after completion of this session, probably I'm going to touch each and every question for sure. If I miss anything, don't be hesitate. You can call me or you can put a chat window. Immediately, I'm going to respond it. Okay. Now, see, I told you like another meaning of real happiness is quality education. That is my approach. Here, we are the team. We won this New York Medidata competition. I work with a very big company, pharma company. This is a little bit about my experiences. I'm with this company, like, I'm a manager at this company. Now, when you go back to here, pharmacy. What is this pharmacy? Pharmacy offers generally a good career opportunities, both by the way of jobs as well as in terms of starting your own business. Generally, pharmacy profession is like a, the socio-economic importance. It's not like individually, not with one person or two person like this. It's a socio-economic. Every person need about this pharmacy stuff. Because you want to get a medicine, you need to go to pharmacy, and you are asking that pharmacist to dispense a good medicine. So it's a part of the society. My intention is very simple here. If a doctor is making a wrong diagnosis, patient may die. A pharmacist like you dispense a wrong medicine, same thing is going to be happen. So is a very, very important person in the society as a pharmacist. Unfortunately, lot your jobs is grabbed by some X, some other persons. That is a problem. Okay. Now the pharma industry is committed to deliver high quality of drugs and formulations at affordable price. So majority of the people can afford them. Today, pharmacy professional as a drug expert in a real sense, because you know what is metabolism, how the drug interactions, all these things you know that. So that's the reason generally a pharmacist is going to dispense a medicines. Okay. Now, see, there are so many opportunities. Pharmacy professionals, manufacturing and production first, pharmaceutical production management, quality control, quality assurance, research and development. More like I'm talking about these things later. So, research and development, clinical research, contract research organization, up to regulatory affairs. This part I'm going to talk. Remaining sales and marketing and production management, bioinformatics is also part of this part, and medical transcription. Because a pharmacy graduate, he's thinking about, oh, I want to go to medical transcription, or I want to go to like, medical coding, or pharmacovigilance, or drug safety. Because what I mentioned here is manufacturing and production, pharmaceutical production management, quality assurance, all is traditional approach, traditional. I'm not talking anything about the traditional. I'm talking about more like alternative. So research and development, how we want to research new drugs, and clinical research. What is exactly clinical research? That we will discuss a little bit later. What is contract research organization, CROs, regulatory affairs? Like, in India, we can call it as ICMR. In the US is FDA, European Association. So all these things, they are giving the approvals for drugs. Then only the drugs comes into the market. Even though some medicines like AstraZeneca or Johnson & Johnson or even Pfizer, Moderna, all these got approved in different countries like Europe and like US, but still they want to come to Indian market. The ICMR is giving a approval, otherwise no. So because regulatory and this protection rights, that is very, very important, because we need to send the documents in specific format, specific approach, then only they are going to get a approvals. So these are all the like career opportunities for sure. When you go to manufacturing, so you can see production chemist, production officer, production executive, production planner, production manager, probably a vice president. What is the degree is required? Actual degree required is B Pharmacy and M Pharmacy students. M Pharmacy. But sometimes when you go to the corporate, the production chemist, a BSc chemistry person is also there itself. In the promotion, they are going to get this much of levels. So that means your jobs is grabbed by some other persons. It's a BSc chemistry person or some other person grab those things. Production management, you want to manage the production. For that case, MBA people came into the picture, because even though they don't know anything about pharmaceutical side, probably they are going to learn and they are going to jump into that area. So these are all the competitors for production management. QC chemist, executive, like technical manager, quality, and quality control manager. Who wants quality? Customer or manufacturer? Think about that direction. So these are all the actual qualifications for this is B Pharmacy and M Pharmacy students. But unfortunately, other people are grabbing all your opportunities. Similarly, for quality assurance, because you are playing with the human data, you are playing with the humans. If a pharmacist is dispensing wrong medicine, he may die. So that is the importance. Even the medicines also, like quality is the very, very, very important. For that case, suppose for example, all these positions also, B Pharmacy and M Pharmacy is the eligible persons. Unfortunately, somebody is taking those jobs. Similarly, for R&D chemist, R&D executive, research scientist, research associate. See, why I am telling you all these things is nowadays somebody thinks about what are the opportunities for pharmacy students. There are plenty of opportunities, provided you should have a good skills. Ask, attitude, skills, knowledge. If you have those three things, the world is yours. The world is yours. So many opportunities are here itself. I'm talking about more like here. Competitors for B Pharmacy in this area, nil. Because your jobs is acquired by some persons. It may be like a BCom graduate, or it may be like a BSc chemistry person is grabbing your opportunities. But here, clinical trials, clinical training analyst, clinical research monitor, clinical research associate, clinical affairs, clinical trials manager, coordinator, all these things, all these positions, they require like B Pharmacy or M Pharmacy, but competitors are no. Similarly, regulatory affairs assistants. Regulatory affairs means FDA rules, European Association rules, all these things, drug safety specialist. Here also B Pharmacy students or M Pharmacy students is right persons, intellectual property rights. So making with the medicines is not an easy task. It's a long journey actually. See, when you see this one, district manager, sales and marketing. When you see the sales and marketing, a BCom person is taking a suitcase and he is marketing the medicines. So that means your jobs, those are all your jobs, but somebody is grab all those things. Say project management, product management, all these things, somebody took a jobs. But here, bioinformatics. What is this bioinformatics? Bioinformatics analyst. Bioinformatics, information about the biological data. We have to analyze the data. That means you are collecting the patient information. You are collecting the subject information. Then you are going to analyze it. Those type of things, particularly like, these pharmacy people is right, best fit for those things. But they need to know certain skills. They need to know certain skills. For example, SAS programming is little bit required. Introduction to clinical trials. What is exactly clinical trials? And medical terminology. And the clinical trials terminology. These things is required to get into that side, get into that area actually. So when you see this one, medical transcription. Olden days, medical transcription is a very hot area. But now, it's not that much. I don't want to say zero, but not that much, because so many softwares are available. Because, for example, certain softwares like Dracula. The Dracula is the software. When I am talking like this, it is going to create a Word document. Just simply when I'm talking, it is taking a Word document. In the olden days, before this software, the doctors is taking a prescription. Our people are doing all these things and sending back to them. So that is for medical transcription. Nowadays is a little bit less demand. That is for medical transcriptions. See what exactly? Nowadays a B Pharmacy graduate want to enter into the industry as a chemist. Like a BSc chemistry person is grabbing the opportunities. Suppose he want to market new drugs, a BCom person is taking that bite. See, if you want to start a pharmacy, if I want to go to work as a pharmacist, pharmacy, a 10th fail candidate is dispensing your medicines. So what is the situation? You need to get a job. For that case, how you want to do this? We have any solution. Everybody, see, when you see YouTube videos, a lot of people are struggling. Oh, I did my Pharma D, I did my M Pharmacy. What is the opportunities? The solution is very simple. Clinical trials. Clinical trials is the best. There's a tremendous demand for next 20 to 30 years for sure. What exactly this one? See, clinical trials is a part of this drug development process. So here I'm going to explain a little bit about to understand the drug development process, different phases of clinical trials, and history behind regulations in clinical development, to understand current regulations involved in clinical research process. When you go like this, patient care, ultimate role is patient care. If you are a doctor, if you are at a hospital, if you are an insurance company, if you are a pharmaceutical industry, all their main intention is patient care. See, that's the reason physician, hospitals, pharmaceutical industry, like you are also part of this pharma industry, and insurance companies. Their primary goal is for patient care. So how we want to do this? Target selection, target validation, proof of concept, preclinical phases. Preclinical. Preclinical means, for example, suppose I have an idea. Idea means, oh, I want to discover, I want to invent a new medicine, for example. What I need to do? What I need to do? First step is, I want to select a target. Target validation. Then, oh, this is the way I want to do this. Then I want to check with the preclinical. What is preclinical is, very first phase, we are taking mice. We are conducting some experiments. The next phase is rabbits. Next is sometimes monkeys and sometimes dogs. If you got a perfect results, and a positive results, then we are going to apply IND, investigational new drug. Oh, we invented a new drug. That is, then we are going to apply this IND to FDA, Food and Drug Administration. They are going to review all the reports, then, okay, go ahead with clinical trials. Then only the humans comes into the picture. Up to that part, no human business. It may be mice, rabbits, dogs, or monkeys. But once they got approval, then they are going to start with the clinical trials. That means the first drug, first in humans. What exactly we are going to with phase 1 and phase 2 and phase 3, we will discuss it later. Once the phase 3 is completed, then we are going to send new drug application, NDA. NDA means new drug application. Once it got approved, then the drug comes into the market. Generally, it will take from preclinical to clinical trials approval it may be minimum of 10 to 12 years. 10 to 12 years of hard work, then the drug is available in the market. That is the process, drug discovery and development process. So what exactly this? Even if you want to go to a movie, we are making a big plan. Oh, this is the way we want to do this. Here we are making experiments with the humans. An organized research study designed to investigate new methods of preventing, detecting, diagnosing, and or treating an illness or disease such as cancer. So an organized research study is required. How I want to do this? Sponsor, contract research organization, investigator sites means hospitals. Finally, that comes under to patient, then institutional review board. These two are literally same. Institutional review board, they are giving the approvals. These are all the players in a clinical research. Sponsor is like Pfizer, like Novartis. It is big companies. So sometimes they are not able to do a lot of work. They are going to do CROs, contract research organizations. They are like a Paraxel, PPD, ICON, all these big contract research organizations. Simply they are going to investigator sites. They got that information. The patient information. Finally, it will go to that. So in a clinical trial, you need to work with the sponsors or investigator site or even CROs. All these areas you will find opportunities. See, I told you, like IND means investigational new drug. Once that got approved, then it goes to phase 1, then phase 2, and phase 3. Once the phase 3 is done, pre-NDA, new drug application meeting, then we are going to file NDA, then we are going to get approvals. This is the high-level clinical trial process. Okay, generally like phase 1, what exactly we are going to in phase 1? Phase 1 is very simple. Tests how to administer a new therapy or exam to prevent option. Very simple. In preclinical trials, preclinical, dogs' metabolism is very high compared to humans. Suppose if you are giving a medicine of 5 mg medicine to dogs, same 5 mg medicine is giving to humans, probably he may die. 5 mg. No. Then what I am going to do is, first of all, drug dosage. Okay. Then I am going to take it 10 people, 10 healthy volunteers. I'm using that word again, 10 volunteers. Volunteers means a healthy person. almost all the studies, we are taking healthy people. In a healthy people call it as volunteers, subjects, subject. So only two studies, one is HIV and other one is oncology. These two studies we are going to take it as a patients only. Remaining all the studies we are taking healthy people, subject. So what I'm going to do is, when I'm in docs like 5 mg, now I want to make it 0.5 mg to these 10 people. Nothing is happened. Then I want to increase it to 1 mg. Nothing is happened. 1.5, no. 2 mg, no. 2.5. When I give a 2.5 mg to all these 10 people, you know what happened? Some people have blurry vision, some people headache, some people with anxiety, some other things. Then I am going to think about, hey, 2.5 mg is
your Google Home isn't set up yet.
not acceptable.
Download the Google Home app on a phone or tablet.
So 2.5 mg is not acceptable. What is maximum tolerated dose? Maximum tolerated dose, that is 2 mg. So first I need to check, I need to identify dosage of the persons. These are all the things we are going to do in phase 1. The next one is patient responses. Is it working or not working? For that case, placebo, dummy capsules, lot of things, randomization. I'm going to apply those things in phase 2. Phase 3, there are so many drugs available in the market, but you need to prove that my drug is much more better, or it has less side effects compared to existing drugs in the market. How I want to do this? For that case, comparative study is required. Once we got to these 3 phases, then we are going to send a application that is known as NDA, new drug application. So once the new drug application is approved, then the drug comes into market. Then phase 4 starts. Phase 4 is, because in a whole situation, probably your medicine is taken by 3,000 people, maximum 3,000 people. But when you go to phase 4, millions of people are using that medicine. So I need to check it. And also here I have a timeline. So phase 1 is like 20 days, or phase 2 is like 2 months, phase 3 is something like that. When you go to the real, people are using long term. So long term effects. So that's the reason phase 4 is a continuously we are going to monitor it. So these are all the little bit high level introduction of these clinical trials. Tasks involved: protocol development, volunteer recruitment, clinical conduct, monitoring, data management, clinical statistics, medical writing, quality assurance. When you see these type of things, you know, I am telling the whole clinical trial process. Very first one is draft protocol approved, contract non-disclosure, informed consent. Then recruitment starts, FSFE, first subject, first visit, recruitment starts. Then it goes to last subject, first visit, recruitment is over. Last subject, last visit, treatment is over. Then database lock, stat analysis ready, CSR final. This is the whole process of clinical trials. So how to speed up the clinical trial process? How to optimize it? See, these are all the things. Advantage or disadvantage, I don't know. Suppose if I want to recruit 5,000 diabetic patients, I can recruit within a day in India. Because if I want to go with cardiovascular, Alzheimer's, I can get it within a month, within days. That means huge population, put it on other way, huge patient database. Highest English speaking people in the world is India. Highest computer literate people are also here. So take advantage of those things, enter into the market, enter into the job. Now, I told you this is the process. file IND applications, etc., etc. Everything here we can do that. Now, some benefits and risks. Clinical trial have a lot of benefits as well as risk also, because having access to potential more effective therapies, quality medical care from leading physicians, monitored by possible unneeded effects. Can you please mute yourself? Some noise is coming up. Okay. So possible risks is patients may not receive the therapy under investigation. Sometimes you may get placebo. That means randomization, double blind, single blind, double blind, and triple blind. So double blind means investigator like doctor and a subject don't know whether I am getting a real medicine. Real medicine means active ingredient. Active ingredient. Placebo means sugar pill. It doesn't have any active ingredient. Doesn't have any active ingredient. All these things. So now, when you see this one is like new therapy may not be more effective than the standard, because we're inventing, we're going with new things. These are all some risks. Okay. Protocol. All the time you should understand what is protocol, what is investigator, who is the sponsorer, institutional review board, IRB, informed consent, double blind, intervention group. Because you want to enter into the pharmaceutical side or clinical side, drug development side, you should know a lot of things. Because again, I'm telling you, even if you got an opportunity in this area, minimum salary for freshers is around 6 lakhs. Minimum, I'm talking about minimum. So for that case, you need to understand all these things. What is protocol? A planned course of action for clinical trial is a big document. A protocol is established prior to the start of the trial and states the number of participants, eligibility requirements, agents that will be used, dosage, duration, how data is collected. Everything is there in that protocol. Investigator is nothing but a doctor, a researcher in a clinical trial. And who is the sponsor? Who is spending this funding? That is sponsor. Who is giving approvals? Independent board of scientists, physicians, nurses, to review the clinical trial protocol and ensure the patient safety is the most important. So double blind, I told you, like intervention group, etc. So certain clinical trial standard language is required. So control group, randomization. What is meant by randomization? Randomization means I have like hundreds of people. I want to take 10 people as a sample. Each and every individual in a sample have equal chance, equal chance to come to the sample. That is nothing but randomization. Randomly, I am selecting. Placebo, it doesn't have any active ingredient, just a sugar pill. People call that sugar pill. Follow-up, prospective study, etc. These things is required. Okay, regulations. For example, FDA, European Union, Japanese organization, in India, ICMR, Indian Council of Medical Research. These are all regulatory bodies. They are giving the approvals. And also 21 CFR Part 11. CFR means Code of Federal Regulations. Code of 21 CFR Federal Regulations is like electronic signatures. ICH, good clinical practice. Good clinical practice, that means GCP. Good manufacturing practice, GMP. Good programming practice, GPP. All these things you should familiar with. International Conference of Harmonization, ICH, the guidelines. See, good clinical practices are ethical, clinical standards for designing, conducting, analyzing, and monitoring the reporting of clinical trials data. Because the word itself is ethical. Clinical standard for designing, conducting, analyzing, monitoring, and finally we have to report the clinical trial data. These are all like a good practices. You should familiar with all these things. The next one is health outcomes. We can understand the National Institute of Health, special populations, and drug safety monitoring boards, etc., and particularly orphan drugs. But probably you don't know what is orphan drugs. Orphan drugs is particularly for diabetic. So you have hundreds of medicines, not even hundreds, thousands of medicines. If you go to cardiovascular, same. If you go to oncology, you will get so many medicines. For example, out of 1 million people, one person got some medical problem, rare diseases. These pharmaceutical companies, they are not going to spend too much money for this one person in million. What they are going to do? In that case, American government is doing some research. For that case, National Institute of Health, they are funding for orphan drugs. Particularly for some countries, they are spending a lot of money for these type of people because they are also have the equal chance, equal right to live in the society. But pharmaceutical companies is like commercial. Commercial, they are spending a lot of money on these things because diabetic. A person is identified with the diabetic, he will be diabetic up to 80 years, he spent a lot of money. Similarly for oncology, similarly for cardiovascular, orphan drugs, you can do that. See, I'm giving a simple real example here. I have a dosage like this, 001 patient. We gave a dose on 1st January. Remember this one, 1st January. Again, I know almost like 100 people are in this meeting. See, don't expect this is like a piece of cake to just, you need to understand. I know that it's really tough to understand the concepts, what I'm going to explain here, because my conversations is not sugar-coated conversations. It's a fact. You need to learn a lot of things. So here 001, I gave a dosage on 1st January 2003. Same person I gave a dosage on 2nd also. 002, 15th March, like this. See, that is my data here, dosage information. I got this 001, 31st December 2002, this guy got headache. He gave a medicine on 1st January, one day before he got a headache. Are you going to consider that is the adverse event is occurred with the dosage? No. My condition is any adverse event is occurred. Remember this one, any adverse event is occurred on a dosing date or one day after a dosing date. So if I am taking a medicine, something is happened today or one day after, not before or not after also. So I am giving a task like this and I want to see like this. There is no 31st December here. You need to write a program. You need to write a program and you need to get this output. That's what exactly corporates is looking for. So any adverse event is defined, any adverse event is occurred on a dosing date or one day after a dosing date. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. So these type of real situations, you need to understand it. Same thing like you need to write a program like this. Suppose if you want to go with a statistical programmer or SAS programmer, what is required? When you see this one, SAS, base SAS, SQL, stat, etc., all these things. Little bit about like operating systems, database programming, little bit is required, and also other skills, clinical data management systems, Oracle Clinical, electronic data capture, inform metadata, etc. See, these are all the skills is required to become a statistical programmer or SAS clinical programmer. See, sometimes people are going to mention, oh, better to learn SAS, you will get a job. I don't want to say that type of things. At least you need to understand lot of things and you need to simultaneously, three things is required. First you need to learn the subject. Parallelly, you need to prepare the interview. Parallelly, you need to prepare a resume also. And correspondingly, you need to do some project, some work. Then only you are able to get an interview. And also certifications is required for sure. Certifications. So all these things, yes, definitely you will get an interview. And also once you got an interview, if you have a good communication skills, then you will get a job. So the job is influenced with so many factors, not with one person's job. It's a multiple people is going to involve to get into the opportunities. Okay. So this is a certificate. See, SAS certified programmer, so and so, it's my name. Okay, if you open this website, like SAS.com, etc. website, you will find my name. That means if you have a certificate from SAS Institute, that certificate is verifiable and globally recognized certificate. If you have a certificate like this, both base and advanced, I'm very, very, very positive, 100% you will get an interview. In interview, you need to talk, you need to explain, then you will get a job. This is the process. Okay. Now, once you got the certification, they will provide you the emblems like this. After completion of after your name, you put B for something like that. Similarly, you need to put these emblems in your resume, base as certified programmer and certified advanced programmer, etc. Those are all eye-catchy things. Definitely your resume is going to be shortlisted. Shortlisted. See, suppose for example, when you see this a big company like a Bear is hiring people. So hiring people means they want, like, they all are good like academic skills, and also final year students are also eligible, but they are ready to learn new technologies. They are ready to, basic knowledge in so and so required, ready to learn new technologies. Today we are using SAS, somebody using some other day, it doesn't matter, but you need to understand there are plenty of opportunities available for certified professionals. Make sure that you need to get this type of certificates all the time. Okay, now, so this is a little bit about myself. If some interviews are here, then you can get those things also, that we can do that. See, now we can go back to the next. Hello. Now this is the time for discussion. So discussion means, like, you can ask the questions. We can discuss one after another here itself. See, and also, Swapna, can you please send a feedback link to all the students? Then they are going to put a feedback. And I saw a couple of questions from the students. The students is it we are going to get a job? That's the question they are asking in when they are filling the form. I'm very, very positive you will get an interview. In interview, you need to talk. That's the one thing, definitely. And the second one is, I saw a couple of questions here is Pharma D students. What is this Pharma D students is, that is a little bit a tough situation in the Pharma D side. I'm going to open these things okay, which is better for M pharmacy, whether pharmaceutics or pharmacology. So, okay, I have a lot of questions here. What about the D pharmacy? D pharmacy means a diploma in pharmacy, right? Diploma in pharmacy is like after 10th class, or sorry, after intermediate, that is a 2 or 3 years course. See, that is just a basic course in pharmacy side. So I'm not strong in that area. Just I think probably you may eligible for working as a pharmacist in a pharmaceutical pharmacy. But I'm concentrating on bachelor's degree and a master's and a doctorate of pharmacy, these 3 areas. So I don't know much about this D pharmacy. That is a very basic course in pharmacy side. And sir, which is better for M pharmacy, whether pharmaceutics or pharmacology? See, if you are doing with M pharmacy, go with NIPER. Go with NIPER, the best prestigious institute, then you will get it. Whether it may be, once you are getting the opportunity in NIPER institute, whether it may be pharmaceutics or pharmacology or analytics or regulatory, it doesn't matter. Definitely will get it. Simply you are going to get your M pharmacy degree only. My sincere advice is better to think about industry. Get a job first. Then after that, you need to think about it. Think about it. And other people are asking questions like, how can I get SAS certificate? What about D pharmacy student? So how can I get SAS certificate means you need to take the examination conducted by SAS institute. You need to take the examination conducted by SAS institute. So that is only the way you are going to get your SAS certificate. Otherwise, it's not at all possible. Of course, at the same time, we are not going to encourage any unethical things. You need to work hard, and you need to get a certificate from SAS institute. I'm going to open a SAS session now. SAS session. I'm going to write a small program in front of you. For example, here, this is my SAS session. See, most of the times, if you see this, we are not going to give a fish. We are going to teach how to catch a fish. How to catch a fish. So that means how we are going to write it down. Because there are 5 million pages of documentation is there. 5 million pages of documentation. You should know how to use the documentation. That's the reason I'm telling you, like, typical college education is different. Our is hybrid approach. Only hybrid approach, it won't help. Only traditional approach won't help. We need to mingle these two things, hybrid as well as traditional. In traditional, you are by-hearting the definitions. You are working hard with the definitions. That should be fine. Hybrid is not like that. Within a second, I want to see the result. I want to get a report. So that is for hybrid. So we want to mingle these two things. Then only it's a productive. Okay, this is the SaaS side. This is the SaaS server. SAS server. Here you need to write a program. And lot of times the pharmacy students, they are thinking about is a programming language. It's not, it's rocket science. No, absolutely no. I have like thousands of pharmacy students. They are working in industry as a clinical statistical programmers, clinical programmer, they are doing all these things. So that's not a problem. Only one thing is, if you want to get into the corporate, the strong intention is if you want to get into corporate, that is only one thing you need to have it, and a strong commitment, attitude to learn new things. Attitude to learn new things. Oh, suppose today I'm working on this software. Tomorrow, if I want to do something, yes, I'm open and I'm open to learn new things. So these are all the things is required to get in. For example, when you see this one, for example, here, suppose, you know, here, for example, DA is the red color. Are you able to see this is the red color? When you see this T, up to is the red color. When I press A, color changes. That means SAS is helping you. SAS is helping you. Like, you know, if you type a wrong word, it is in red color. It is helping lot data. For example, you can put one name, data temp, for example. Here is input, INPUT. Today we schedule. See, it's red color. That means spelling mistake. Then just input, the color changes. It will help you to place the correct word. Input, for example, NAME, name. Is a name is a character or numeric? Name is a character, like Venkat is a character. That's the reason I need to specify dollar symbol. Suppose, for example, I want to see age. Age is a number. So age is not necessary. Then I want to go with like first sub marks 1 and marks 2 and marks 3, for example. Then after that, what I need to do? I need to give a data, DATA, data lines, LINES, data lines. I need to specify data. Name is equal to something like AAA, age is equal to some 34, this is 23, like this. These are all the marks. Similarly for BBB, like this. Something like this. Then what happened? Just simply I want to run this one. Just I'm writing a program here. Just run it. See, this is the data set is created. Okay. Now I want to do something calculations. For example, PROC proc, MEANS proc means data is equal to TEMP temp, data is equal to temp, then run. Simply I wrote just only these two lines. When I am going to run this code, you know what happened? Proc means is running. See, these are all. N mean is equal to, even you don't know what is the formula for mean, standard deviation, minimum and maximum. N, mean, standard deviation, minimum and maximum. See how many lines? Just only 2 lines. Just only 2 lines of the program. It is creating all the outputs. So that is the easy process. That is the easy process. You don't need to worry about, oh, I want to do a lot of things. Not necessary. Just you should know which procedure is required for which purpose. That's I want. That's only the reason. So it's not, suppose if you want to get an output like this, if you want to get an output like this in any programming language, it took almost like 200 to 300 lines of the program is required. Even though that is correct or wrong, we don't know. We don't know. Here we are not doing anything. Simply we are pushing the data into this procedure. This procedure is calculating everything. That is the beauty here. And why we want to learn SAS? First of all, that is also another important question. Why we want to learn SAS is, suppose all pharmaceutical companies, 100% of pharmaceutical companies, they are using SAS. That's one thing is. And at the same time, I will show you the SAS website now. It's going to open now. See, this is the SaaS website. When you see this SaaS website, go to anything. If you want to learn, spend some time. Spend some time with this. Here is about. In this about, company overview. Most important is overview. Read this overview first. Read this overview. When you see this one, it's coming up. We believe the curiosity is the heart of human progress. That's correct. For example, when you click this company, this link, always check with profile. That's very important. SaaS is the leader in analytics. Leader in analytics. See, come down a little bit down. 40 years of industry analytics part. The next one is, yep, 147 countries. People are using this software. 147 countries and 83,000 businesses. 92 of top 100 companies in 2018 Fortune Global List as customers. Okay. This one word is enough to get in. See how you want to do this. If you see annual report, recent awards, newsrooms, and leadership, who is the leader, who is organizing this company, all these things, everything is available here. Everything is available here. Spend some time and also check with opportunities. Opportunities means what type of jobs are available. That's the one thing is. And lot of times people wants to get a job. See, first of all, if you want to get a job, you need to have an experience. Somebody is giving an experience, somebody is giving a job, then only you will get an experience. This is like a cyclic situation. Cyclic situation. In this cyclic situation, you are losing so many years. So many years. But after that, operation grand success, patient dead. So that's the reason we thought like we want to start an internship program. Internship program is like 6 months internship program. They need to learn a lot of things. Sometimes we are going to teach. Sometimes they need to learn by own. Learn by own. Most of the stuff is available in online or available somewhere else. I don't want to say something is proprietary. I prepared something, but remaining is available. But somebody need to give a direction. Somebody need to give a direction. So that means your teacher is very, very important. Again, I'm telling you, if you are at right guru, right teacher, whatever you are doing, that is correct. If you are at wrong person, wrong teacher, whatever you are doing, that is wrong. So that is the importance of guru in the society. So make sure that when you want to learn something, first ask the person's first name and last name and what is his experience, which company he is working. All these things is required. Then you are able to get the opportunities in a corporate. Okay. So I have like other questions here. That's pretty much is like, yeah, if somebody wants like, what is SaaS and how we want to learn, etc. And how many months of course will this SaaS learning course? Can I learn after my BPharm? Yeah, absolutely. It's not like too many months course. If you are learning your this course in after BPharmacy, if you want to learn this course, it will take at least 2 to 3 months or 4 months, etc. Everything. See, after practicing everything, it will take another 6 months. So 1 year is over. You and your juniors went for interview. Who will get a job? You and your junior. So better to learn along with your graduation. Along with your graduation. Continuously on degree at par, you need to improve your communication. That's what I'm telling you. Your BPharmacy, you are doing like this. And parallelly, you need to learn additional skills, which is related to your pharmacy degree, and practice with your good communication. 3 things you need to do parallelly, then only you are able to get a job. That's the reason I told you, just if you want to get a certificate or if you want to learn a subject little bit, it won't help, because industry is looking for quality people. Here the quality means they are ready to take challenges. They are ready to take challenges. So this I can get it. I can get it. That type of attitude is required. And also, like, anybody wants to learn SaaS. For example, if you are in Andhra Pradesh, this area, then you can come down to Guntur and you can get it. Otherwise, you can talk to our people. I think just now Stopana mentioned like our phone numbers. You can talk to them. Then definitely we will help. And one more thing is like somebody mentioned, is it M-Pharmacy is better or US Masters is better? I'm 100% I'm telling you US Masters is 1,000 times better than doing M-Pharmacy degree. That's the reason. Suppose if you want to go to US, like as a B-Pharmacy graduate, trust me, this is the fact. You can check in sites also. After 2002, a pharmacy graduate from India is not able to take NAPLEX examination. After 2002, a pharmacy graduate from India is not eligible to take NAPLEX examination. So you are not eligible to for registered pharmacist. What you are going to do? Just you got your master's degree and you are not going to become like a registered pharmacist. Like what is metabolism, what is toxicology, adverse event, etc., etc. You know that in the US, there are only two ways you will get a job, two areas. One is medical, other one is IT. So you are not fit in the medical side. And if you want to come to IT side, all pharmaceutical companies or CROs, they have their statistical division, clinical trials division. That is the best target for you, people with a pharmacy background. So then you can get this SaaS or like, pharmacovigilance or drug safety, etc. Think about all the things, don't assume that, oh, SaaS is only the SaaS. No, they have other things also. But opportunities wise, SaaS is much, much more better than that because 100% of pharmaceutical companies, they are using this software. Okay. Any other questions? Hello. Do you have any questions here? Okay. Yeah, if we don't have any questions, how pharma coding is helpful for pharmacy students in future? Pharma coding, clarity is required. Pharma coding or ICD coding, that is one. Pharma coding is like, nowadays I told you like the software is there. There is a lot of programming concepts there itself. They are doing all this conversion process. So we don't worry about it. 90% of the conversion is done by programming itself. 90%. ICD-10 is doing good now because there are some tools are available. There are some tools are available. The tools is automatically converts ICD conversions. 4 or 5 years back, it's good. It's good. Nowadays, like, a lot of tools are available. Just simply we are pushing the data. It will convert everything. You will get it. So if you don't have any other questions, then we can conclude this session. And you can send me the messages, and I will provide you my WhatsApp number also here. Of course, that is US number 001-732-662-0832. That is my WhatsApp number and my email address also. Yeah. So thanks for all of you. Thanks for joining this session. Okay. And send your feedback form. Definitely that will helpful for making these sessions again and again. Thank you. Somebody is asking like Sano, like yes. Sriya Mantri Pragadam. Which college you are from, Sriya? Okay, thank you. Bye.